Good morning. I welcome back you all to this class of mathematics, and we are discussing here class 12 syllabus of maths. We are doing chapter 6 applications of derivatives from book 1, and we are continuing with exercise 6.5 on maxima and minima. Now you can see here question number 22 of exercise 6.5. This question says that a wire of length 28 meters is to be cut into two pieces. One of the pieces is to be made into a square and the other piece is folded into a circle. So what should be the length of the two pieces so that combined area of square and circle is minimum? So now while doing these word problems on maxima and minima, we have to see that which quantity is going to be minimum or maximum, or which quantity is to be developed to become a function. So we can see that the combined area of square and circle, it is going to be minimum. So we shall form a function which will contain the combined area of square and the circle, and we have to find out that what should be the length of each piece so that this area is minimum. Consider Now you can consider that this is the wire. AB is the wire whose length is 28 meters. This is a wire of length 28 meters. Let us cut it from here. From this place, we cut it into two pieces. One piece is of length x meters and the other piece is of length 28 minus x meters. Now students, since it's a wire, you can bend this wire to form different shapes. So first you bend this portion which is of length x meters. That means this portion which was of length x meters is bended to form a circle. So now what happens is that the circumference of this circle is now going to be x meters. And now the other part which was of length 28 minus x, that is this blue part, you bend it and you form a circle. And this means that this perimeter of this circle, sorry, not the circle but the square, this part 28 minus x meters part is bent to form a square. And since the length of the whole part was 28 minus x, and therefore perimeter of this square is going to be 28 minus x, since you used this much wire to form the square. So now let us assume that the radius of this circle is r meters, and let us assume that side of this square is a meters. Now we already know that circumference of this circle is x meters and radius has been assumed to be r, but the circumference of any circle is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r should be x. So now I am able to find out the value of x in the value of r in terms of x. So I got that x is equal to, I'm very sorry, I got that r is equal to x upon 2 pi. Now we move towards this square and we try to find out the side of this square. Now we know we have assumed the side to be a meters. The perimeter will be 4a meters, and 4a meters is now 28 minus x meters. So a comes out to be 28 minus x upon 4 meters. So now we have got the side of the square in terms of x and radius of the circle also in terms of x. Can I find out now what is the area of this circle? So the area of the circle that we have considered right now, the one that you can see in green color, the formula for area is pi r square, and r we already know is x upon 2 pi. So here we have found r to be x upon 2 pi. So area of the circle is this. Now we can also find out the area of the square. We know that area of the square is side square, and its side we have already found, it is 28 minus x upon 4. So area is, the units of the area is meter square. Now let us come to the function that we have to form. We want the combined area to be minimum. So we find the combined area of circle and square. It is going to be what? Let us call it A, and this is pi x upon 2 pi square, pi r square, plus side of the square, square. Now you can see that this combined area, in this combined area expression that we have found right now, the only variable is x and rest all are constants. So we can say that this area function is a function of x. Now your aim is to find the value of x so that the function given in equation 1 is minimum, since we want the minimum area, and for that we simplify it further and we get pi x square upon 4 pi square plus 28 minus x whole square upon 16. 1 power of pi gets cancelled, and now we can take the LCM. The LCM comes out to be 16 pi. So we get 4x square. If we divide 16 pi by this 4 pi, we get 4. We multiply that 4 by x square, so we get 4x square. Plus, we divide 16 pi by 16, so we get pi. We multiply that pi with the expression 28 minus x whole square. So this is the LCM that we have taken. Now we simplify it further. 4x square plus pi. Now we find out the whole square of 28 minus x whole square. 28 square plus x square minus 56x, and whole thing divided by 16 pi. So now we solve this expression further. So this is the expression for the area AX. Now we find out A dash x, first derivative. So 1 upon 16 pi is constant. First term's derivative is 8x. Next term is a constant, its derivative is 0. Next term's derivative will be 2 pi x, and last term's derivative will be 56 pi. And we solve this further. So we are left with 8x, 2 pi x and 56 pi. From all the three we can take 2 common. So we will have 2 upon 16 pi, and 4x is left from 8x. Pi x is left from 2 pi x, and minus 28 pi, it is left from the last term 56 pi, since we have already taken. So calculating further, we get this expression. Simplifying further, we get this expression. We cancel this 2 with 16 and we got 8. So now after that, the next step is that we have to find out A double dash x. So we find out A double dash x also side by side. 1 upon 8 pi. Now you can see 4 plus pi x, 4 plus pi is constant and derivative of x is 1, minus 28 pi, which is a constant and its derivative is 0. So the value of A double dash x is going to be 4 plus pi upon 8 pi. Now students, what is the next step? The next step is that we put A dash x to be equal to 0. This implies that this expression that we have found, expression number 2, I can put this expression in box, it is going to be 0. So now you can see that this highlighted portion is 1 upon 8 pi into 4 plus pi into x minus 28 pi. This is A dash x, and we put this to be equal to 0. And 8 pi is a constant. It gets cross multiplied with 0 and becomes 0. So we are left with 4 plus pi into x is equal to 28 pi, and x becomes 28 pi upon 4 plus pi. This is the value of x, and this value of x is the critical point. So what is a critical point? A critical point is the point at which there can be maxima or minima. So I have to check whether this x is a point of maxima or is a point of minimum. Means I have to check that if I take this value of x, or if I cut the piece of 28 meters wire from this place, that the length of the first place is x and the other is 28 minus x. For this value of x is the area minimum or maximum, I have to check. So how do we check? What is the process of checking? The process of checking is that we put this value of x, a double dash x. So a double dash we find at this value of x, 28 pi upon 4 plus pi, that comes out to be, now you can see this is the expression for a double dash. So a double dash is going to be remain same because it was a constant, and you know this is this value is also the value which is greater than 0. So this implies, because this a double dash is coming out to be positive, this implies this value of x, 28 pi upon 4 plus pi, this is point of minima. Point of minima means that the area is going to be, area of combined area of square and circle is going to be minimum if we cut the piece of wire from this length. That is, x should be 28 pi upon 4 plus pi. Now I have to find the length of the other piece of the wire. So the length of other piece of the wire is 28 minus x. So how should I find this 28 minus x? 28 minus, and in place of x I write 28 pi upon 4 plus pi, which comes out to be 28 into 4 plus 28 pi minus 28 pi upon 4 plus pi, which comes out to be 112 upon 4 plus pi. So this piece of wire, which was of length 28 meters total, now is to be cut into two pieces, such that the length of one piece is 28 pi upon 4 plus pi, and the length of the other piece is 112 upon 4 plus pi. If you take the length, if you cut it in such a way, then the area of the square and the circle is going to be minimum. Now go through question number 23 of exercise 6.5, which says that prove that the volume of largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So the volume of the cone has to be the largest, and the cone is inscribed in the sphere, and radius of the sphere is given to be r, and we have to prove that volume of the cone is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So it is given that radius of the sphere is r. Then look at this figure. You can see ABC is the cone inscribed in this sphere. Center of the sphere lies on the line AM, and we have assumed that capital R is the radius of the sphere, and it's a given quantity. Given quantity means it is a constant quantity. So now let us try to make use of this constant quantity. We join O with B. This is also going to be capital R. Now height of this cone is AM. Now let us assume that this length OM is x, and the length AO will be r because it is the radius. AO is the radius of the sphere. So now we can see that height of this cone is AM, which is AO plus OM. AO is r and OM is x, as you can see in the figure. So therefore height of the cone comes out to be r plus x. Now consider triangle OBM. So in right triangle OBM, we can apply Pythagoras. So as per the Pythagoras theorem, according to Pythagoras theorem, r square is equal to x square plus bm square. Bm square is the radius of the cone. Let us assume that the radius of the cone is small r. So we have r square is x square plus r square, where the small r represents the radius of the cone, which is uh, equal to r square minus x square. So we have found in this box, you can see that we have found r in terms of x, and in this box you can see we have found the height of the cone in terms of x. So radius of the cone and height of the cone, both we have found in terms of x and in terms of the constant quantity r. Now we very well know what is the formula for volume of cone. The formula for volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now as we know that we have already found the values of r square and h in terms of x, we substitute from equations 1 and equations 2. So r square from equation 2 is r square minus x square, and h from equation 1, you can see here, h from equation 1 is r plus x. Now here in this expression, we are getting only two things, two quantities, capital R, which is a constant quantity, and x, which is the variable quantity. So the volume of the cone is the function of the variable quantity x. Now we want to find the maximum. What should be the value of x so that the volume is maximum? So for that, we use the second derivative test and we find the first derivative first. So as we can see that 1 by 3 pi is a constant. So students, instead of finding the derivative at this step, first I simplify Vx. So I am not finding the derivative at this step, but I am further simplifying Vx, which comes out to be r cube plus, I am just multiplying these two brackets, r square with both the terms gives me r cube plus r square x. Then I multiply minus x square with both the terms of the second bracket, so I get minus x square r minus x cube. Now after this step, now I differentiate the expression for volume. Pi by 3 is a constant, capital R is a constant, so its derivative is 0. Derivative of r square x will be r square. Derivative of x square r will be minus r, and the derivative of x square is 2x, and derivative of x cube will be 3x square. Now from this derivative I can take minus sign common. So I will have minus pi by 3 and I get 3x square plus 2rx minus r square. So we get that v dash x is a quadratic equation in terms of x. Now we find out the second derivative of v, which is equal to, now you please remember that capital R is a constant, which is the radius of the sphere. So 3x square, its derivative will be 6x, 2rx, 2r is a constant and derivative of x is 1, derivative of r square is 0. So we have this as the second derivative. I can further take 2 common, so I will have 3x plus r. So let it be equation number 3. Now I again move back to the expression for v dash x, which is this. In this expression, I will put now the expression for v dash x to be 0. This gives me minus pi by 3. You know, this is the process of using the second derivative test, that we put v dash x to be 0. So minus pi by 3, 3x square plus 2rx minus r square is 0. we factorize it, we split the middle term, so we get 3x square plus 3rx minus rx minus r square. We are treating capital R as a constant and we have splitted the middle term, so it comes out to be, now we take from first two terms 3x common, so we have x plus r. From last two terms I can take minus r common, so I will again have x plus r, and hence I can write 3x minus r into x plus r equal to 0. That gives me minus pi by 3 cannot be 0, and therefore either this is 0 or this is 0. So that means either 3x minus r is 0 or x plus r is 0. If 3x minus r is 0, this gives you x is equal to r by 3. And if x plus r is 0, it gives you x is equal to minus r. X is a length, it cannot be equal to minus r. So x equal to minus r is not possible because x is also a length, it cannot be negative. Therefore, the only critical point that we get is r by 3. The value of x as a critical point we get is x equal to r by 3. Now at this step we have to find out what is the value of v double dash x at this point x. So we just check what is v double dash x. Now you can see this is the expression for v double dash x. So we have written the expression for v double dash x. In this v double dash, in place of x we substitute r by 3. That gives us minus 2 pi by 3, 3x plus, in place of x I have to write r by 3. So this becomes 3 into r by 3 plus r, which gives me 2r. So minus 2 pi upon 3 into 2r. So this is going to be a negative quantity, which is a negative quantity. So you are getting v double dash at r by 3 to be negative. This implies x equal to r by 3 is point of maximum. This means that the volume is going to be maximum for this value of r. Now let us write what was the volume. We found that the value of the volume of the cone was 1 by 3 pi r square minus x square. This was the value of r square, and the value of h was r plus x. Initially we started with this function when we wrote the value of the volume of the cone. Now if I substitute here, I have to find the maximum volume of the cone, and I also have to prove that the volume of the cone is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So let us do, how do we do that? Pi by 3, in place of x, this x and this x, I will write capital R by 3. So x square becomes r by 3 square and x is r by 3, which is equal to pi by 3 r square minus r square by 9 into 4r by 3. So now this comes out to be pi by 3 into 8r square by 9 into 4r by 3. So from this expression, if I take this 8 and 27, 8 upon 27 I am taking common. So let me see what is left inside. From numerator we are left with 4 pi r cube, and from the denominator we are left with 3. Since we have taken this and this common, so we are left with 3. Now students, remember in the beginning we considered a sphere and the radius of this sphere was capital R. So if you remember, the volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So what we are getting? We are getting that this is the volume of the cone. We are getting that the volume of the cone is 8 by 27 into volume of the sphere. This number, this bracket is giving you the volume of the sphere. So now you have proved, and this is happening at the value of x to be r by 3. Now students, we end up this video here, and we shall be doing the rest of the questions in next upcoming video. Keep revising, keep studying, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel.